Okay guys, so we're going to start this class with an explanation of the count nouns and the non-count nouns. You already know that nouns are the subject of the sentence, right? But there are two types of nouns. You have the count nouns, which can be counted. For example, I can say 1 marker, 2 markers, 3 markers. These are count nouns. But we can also say that, we can also have non-count nouns, which can't be counted. For example, water. You cannot say 1 water, 2 waters. That doesn't exist. You have only water. Or you can say rice. Okay, rice is also non-count. You don't say 1 rice, 2 rices, 3 rices. That doesn't exist. We have only rice and only water. So count nouns can be counted 1 by 1 or unit by unit, but non-count nouns can't be counted by units. So I have here the example of the marker. 1 marker, 2 markers, and I have here the example of water. Okay, water can't be counted. So what is important to know here? Okay, that count nouns can use the adjective. The adjective, not the article, sorry. Okay, we can have the article, a marker, or an apple. If we have an apple, right? We can use the indefinite article. With the non-count nouns, we can't use the articles. Okay, there's nothing before the non-count adjectives. What we can use are the quantifiers. In your book, on page 81, you have a chart with the count and non-count nouns and also quantifiers. You can go to check them and see this information. So, with the non-count nouns, what we can use are quantifiers. Which words are quantifiers? Words like some. You can say, I need to drink some water, because that is not countable. But in this case, you can also say, I need to buy some markers. That is also possible. Okay? So what you need to remember is that with the non-count nouns, you cannot use the articles a or an. So here you have more examples, like for example, the count nouns eggs. Okay, you can have 1 egg, 2 eggs, many eggs. But you have some juice or some butter, some salt, right? They are non-count nouns. Okay, so what are other quantifiers? We have some, we have any, we have a lot of, and we have many. Okay, so you can use some with non-count. You can use some with count nouns. You can use many with count nouns, but use any with non-count nouns. And a lot of, you can use a lot of with both, okay? That means muchos or muchos marcadores or mucha agua, that's okay, okay? We use a lot of for both. Okay, so when you are talking or using nouns in a sentence, you need to remember that. If you want to say a sentence, you can say something like, I need to buy, and you can say 2 markers. Or you can say, I need to buy some markers. Or you can say, I need to buy many markers. But in the case of water, you can only say, I need to drink some water, or I don't want any water, or this person, I don't know, my mom likes to drink a lot of water. Okay, so you are mixing count nouns, non-count nouns with quantifiers. Now, remember that in last class, I explained a little bit of adjectives. We saw or we studied that adjectives are words that add information to or describe the subject of the sentence, or describes an object, a place. It can describe an animal. It depends, right? Remember that adjectives provide details. So in this case, we are going to see the order of adjectives. That is also in your books, in chapter number 3, the first page of the supplemental materials. So we said that adjectives add details, describe people, describe the subject. But if we want to say more than one adjective, we need to follow a specific order. For example, here we have that the first thing that we need to write is opinion, size, physical appearance or physical quality, how do the items look like. Number 4 is shape. Number 5 is age, color, origin, material, what the item is made of, type, oops, I don't have space, and number 10, purpose. So what does this mean? It means that if we want to describe or add a more deep description, a deeper description of an item, and if we want to use more than one adjective, we need to follow this specific order. So let's say that we want to describe, I don't know, let's describe the board. Okay, so my board is the item, and I want to provide a description of the item. So we can talk about what I think about the board, the size, the shape, the color, the material, the purpose, right? So we can add different adjectives. But, as I said before, if we want to add more than one adjective, we need to follow this order. That means that here is the noun, and we need to add the adjectives before. Remember that adjectives usually go before the noun. So, let's see. Let's start with size. It is small, let's say that it's small, so this is my small comma, white, let's use the color, white, and let's use material, plastic, I don't have space here. Plastic board. Okay, so this is a small white plastic board. We always need to follow that order. We can use different adjectives, of course. I can change small for opinion. This is a very useful white plastic board, right? But we are using the same order, so you need to remember that. If you want to use more than one adjective related or that belongs to one of these categories, you need or you can use and. For example, let's talk only about color. So I can say that this is I'm only talking about color. And I can say that this is a white and silver board. This is white, this is silver. So we have two adjectives that belong to the same category, category number 6, color. So we can use the and here to join those two adjectives. So here we have comma, adjective, noun. But here, since they are from the same category, we have adjective and the same adjective and the noun. Okay? So this is very simple. Just remember we have count and uncount nouns. This can be counted, those can't be counted. So with these ones we can use the articles a or an. With those we can use articles. We need to use the quantifiers. And when we are using more than one adjective to describe a noun, we need to follow this order. Always, okay? Always, always you need to follow this order. So let's stop here with this one, guys, and we're going to continue with another topic just in a second. Bye-bye now.